The EU-Life Yelkouan Shearwater project is the largest conservation initiative of its kind in Malta. Malta has 10% of the world's population of Yelkouan Shearwaters. The aim of the project is to protect this internationally important colony of seabirds. The project is based at Rdum tal-Madonna, a Natura 2000 protected site in the north of Malta. The project came about initially through the work of Mr. John Borge from Heritage Malta. John has been researching the shearwaters for many years. He began to notice a decline in both the number and the area of cliff colonies. One of the biggest problems in tackling this was a lack of information about where the birds go when they are fishing and when they leave the breeding colonies. This makes it difficult to protect them at sea. The project aims to fill this information gap by tracking the birds electronically for the very first time.
Lejn l-aħħar ta' dan il-proġett, mill-informazzjoni li nkunu ġbarna minn dan l-apparat elettroniku, nkunu nafu fejn huma dak iż-żoni importanti fuq il-baħar għal dawn l-asafar. B'hekk nkunu f'pożizzjoni li nistgħu nipproteġu u nirrakkomandaw dawn is-siti biex jiġu mħarsa għal ħarsien u l-protezzjoni tal-garni u tajr ieħor tal-baħar.
This will be taking every 2 seconds a reading, two compass readings from where it was the previous 2 seconds, so you can plot its path. And then the temperature sensor measures the temperature outside. So if the bird's flying and then dives, the temperature will change, and then you can tell that it actually dived and was fishing.
How do you read it?
You have to plug it into a computer from here, and then it downloads all the data, and then you have to actually analyze the data.
The project is also addressing some of the other key threats to the birds identified by the team.
Il-fieren ifittxu l-ħmiex li jħallu warahom in-nies li jiġu camping u jagħmlu barbecues hawnhekk. Dawn il-fieren fl-istess ħin jinżlu fil-bejtiet tal-garni u jiklu iż-żgħar, jiklu l-frieħ.
One of the project's strengths is that it's a partnership of 4 government authorities and 3 conservation organisations working together in Malta. We've got 50% funding from the EU Life Nature Fund, and our co-financiers are MEPA and HSBC. The partnership helps us to address the threats that the Yelkouan Shearwaters are facing. For example, the birds are very sensitive to light and noise pollution, and things like disco boats crossing past the cliffs can easily cause them to desert their nests. So our project partner, the Malta Maritime Authority, have been working with us to issue a notice to mariners which asks people during the breeding season to keep away from the cliffs and make sure that the birds aren't disturbed during those critical breeding months.
For me, one of the really interesting things to be working on this project is working on a management plan. So basically, all the things that we find here at Rdum tal-Madonna in terms of how the rats are affecting the colony, how people are impacting on the colony, where the birds are breeding, when they come in here to breed and when they eventually fledge. All these different things we're going to be using to create a management plan, which can then be imposed upon other sites where other shearwaters are breeding throughout the islands. So that's going to be not only beneficial to the site at Rdum tal-Madonna, but also to the Yelkouan Shearwater colonies that are situated throughout Malta.
Malta is really important for Yelkouan Shearwaters. There's 10% of the world's population living here. So it's really important on an international level that we protect these birds for the future. That's what this project will be doing, to make sure that future generations will also be able to admire these birds skimming the waves.
The project will set an example in Malta for protecting Yelkouan Shearwaters, but also for managing the beautiful site of Rdum tal-Madonna effectively, for wildlife and for people to enjoy. Funding from the EU Life programme, from partners and sponsors, makes all of this possible. The LIFE project will help to ensure that Malta will remain on the international map for its seabirds populations, giving us all the chance to admire these birds, chasing the waves and raising their broods in the Maltese Islands.